Welcome back, Game of Thrones fans. This is episode 2 of Beyond the Throne, the official after show for Game of Thrones. I am your host, Hunter Chambliss, and I'm joined by, as always, Zaddeus Z-Man Smith. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Just basically, glad to be here after a great episode of Game of Thrones tonight. So ready to get into the discussion about this because there were definitely some good moments for tonight, but next week though, next week.
I know. I'm so excited for next week. But we have this week, and this week was a great go-home episode. I know me and Zad are pro wrestling fans. And
exactly.
For those who don't know what a go-home show is, that is the show right before a big pay-per-view like a WrestleMania or Royal Rumble that sets up all the storylines, that sets up where we're going, and that sets up the final battle, this is what it was. We got to see all our favorite characters interact again. We got to see some new characters interact, and we also got to see major setup for next week's episode and the next 4 episodes to come, which I just realized that the next 4 episodes are going to be all about the Battle of Winterfell.
I don't think it'll be I know the next possible 2 of them. I know eventually we're going to have to go back to King's Landing, which again, I'm happy that we didn't have any of that this episode. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, but yeah.
Spoiler alert. We're going to talk about everything.
Right, heavy spoiler alert. But yeah, we were all in the north this episode, and I suspect we'll be the same way next week as well. Because next week I think it's the big battle of not the big battle of the bastards, the battle of Winterfell.
Oh yeah,
the battle for the north technically.
Yep, I can definitely see that. So we kick off the episode with Jaime Lannister, who, as we saw last episode, rolled into Winterfell and went eye to eye with Brandon Stark. So he kicks off. It's him in the same room with Danny, with I'm trying to remember all of it. It's Danny,
yeah,
John,
and it was in Bran. It was at that pretty much at that top table. I don't think Arya was there at all.
How the hell did Bran get his wheelchair in there?
Yo, Bran is 3-eyed Raven, man. Bran can do anything he wants. he probably transformed into a Raven, flew in, and then was able to become a human again with his wheelchair in there.
Oh, that would have been amazing. So the first line we hear is Danny talking to man, I'm so tired. Talking to Jaime about her brother telling her stories about the person who killed their father and the things that they would do if they ever met him again, which starting off the show with very high tensions between everybody because you go back to Sansa, she hasn't had a great experience with or heard great things about Jaime Lannister, the person who attacked her father at King's Landing. And then, of course, you have Bran, who perfectly brought up the things we do for love.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1. Oh, man. Like, this was a perfect way to set up pretty much the entire arc of this season, I feel like. Because... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear what you say about the whole season.
Well, the way I see it, though, is I see the only way that the humans can survive is if they learn to work together. And that's what we learned in this episode, is you see these people who have tension, like Danny and Sansa, and like Sansa and Danny versus Jaime. They have to learn to work together to take out the White Walkers, the Night King, or this is all for nothing. There will be no throne. There will be no king, queen, whatever. So that's what I got from this whole opening scene right here is they are having to learn to trust Jaime when they couldn't trust Cersei.
I definitely see what you mean when you put it like that. In regards, it's basically they're gonna have to learn how to put away any problems that they may have with each other to work for the greater goal. Which, like Jamie said in this, he's here to fight for the living because now it's about survival. It's not about the Iron Throne anymore. With everybody in the North, it's about surviving the Night King, and Jamie pretty much says that in this part. But I did like how this started because my favorite part about it is Jamie didn't apologize for shit. Like,
No,
didn't apologize for
he
nothing.
said he was like, I I don't apologize for anything because I was doing what I had to do to protect my family.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he straight up told Sansa, "We were at war. We were at war, so
Or
I had to do this. I had to basically fight your family because we were at war." And again, I was glad that Bran didn't say too much. Bran let Jamie know that he knows and still remember. But that was pretty much it. But I loved how it was basically Brienne because of Sansa's loyalty and trust in Brienne. And Brienne brought up the good point that if it wasn't for Jamie, Sansa really wouldn't be alive either because it was Jamie who allowed Brienne to go out to find Sansa and stuff, to go out and
yeah,
find Sansa and Arya to bring them home, as well as technically she was Jamie. I mean, Brienne wouldn't be alive if Jamie hadn't rescued her from the bear pit either. So yeah, so
yeah,
Jamie really made a complete 180 since the beginning, since he was a golden lion, as he said in this episode.
yeah. And that's the one thing I really love about this episode is you get to see, kind of like in last episode, you got to see people that haven't met in a very long time or haven't met
Mm-hmm.
at all. And that was all revolved around Jamie. So we get to see Jamie and Tyrion reunite, which I love Tyrion standing up for his older brother, the same brother who helped him escape his father
Mm-hmm.
and escape King's Landing.
Yeah.
Um, and then you got to see again, Jamie and Brienne, which they had a great episode together, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then you got to see just all these characters that Jamie either has very small connections with or none at all, and you get to see how they interact off each other.
Mm-hmm. That was very true.
So let's go on to our favorite moments, our favorite parts, favorite lines. Zaddeus, kick us off, man.
Yeah, one of my small favorite moments, and it was just a moment that was like, wait, the hell is this? What the hell is this happening? It was a scene where Jamie and Tyrion were they were talking up at on top of the Winterfell walls, but then Jamie goes down. He sees Brienne is in the field, so he goes down to talk to her, to talk to her and stuff. And but the first thing that we see, Brienne is technically looking at something, and Brienne is watching Podrick Payne, the guy who can hold the sword for shit. He's now training people for the battle, and
Yeah,
he's holding his own. So like that was amazing to me. Like go, Pod. I just started clapping. You damn right, Pod. Show him that you're grown up now. You're not a squire anymore. You're about to be a knight too. Yeah, but that was
uh,
one of my very small but very. It was one of my favorite moments of this episode.
any favorite lines, anything like that?
Oh, my best line in this episode to me, even though I didn't write it down, so little paraphrasing it. It was basically when the scene where Arya and the Hound was drinking together up on the walls of Winterfell later that night, and Barrett comes to join them and stuff. And first of all, I love seeing Arya and the Hound interact
Oh yeah,
with each other because again, it's just like they have a mute. It's a weird sense of respect with each other, and and the question was, when have you ever fought for anybody but yourself?
oh,
When she asked the Hound that, and then he looks down at her and said, "Well, I fought for you,"
yeah.
and then that's when Barrett comes in. But just the fact that he said that, and we knew that back in season 3 that he was actually looking out for her and that
Mhm.
he was protecting Arya and stuff. but it was kind of the acknowledgement of him saying that out loud to me, which was like, "Look at you, Pound! Like, look at Papa Hound right there." That it was a very sweet moment to me, and it's one of those rare sweet moments that we get from Hound. It was similar to how in last season, whenever he buried that, whenever the Brotherhood went to that one house that was covered by snow, and the Hound recognized the young lady, the kid, and the man that were dying, that had died. So he took it out. He took it upon himself to go and bury their bodies out in the yard. So that was another sweet moment to me because that was the little girl and the father that we had met earlier in this series. So again, good moments.
Yeah, I definitely agree. A few of my favorite lines. One of them is actually from that scene. It's right after Arya starts to walk off. Hound goes, "Where are you going?" And Arya just goes, "I'm not going to waste the last remains of my life with you two miserable shits."
Yeah, right. With him and Barrick just sitting up there talking and drinking. And again, it was cool. It was a nice little throwback to Thoros Samir, R.I.P. Thoros. How when the Hound said, "Listen to Barrick, if you're about to come up here and start preaching, then the Lord Light is gonna be super pissed that he's brought you back like 19 times, only for me to throw your ass off the castle walls.
And
It's a
kill you
long
for
fall."
20th time.
Yeah, it was just that whole little scene was very good, very cool.
And like one of my favorite scenes
Mm-hmm.
is when Brienne gets knighted, because she mentions that no woman has ever been knighted.
Mm-hmm.
So she is the first woman to be knighted by Jaime.
Mm-hmm.
And what a great full circle to have Jaime be the one to knight her. And as she stands up, you see her face. Everyone's clapping in the castle wall, like inside the castle.
Oh yeah, they're just inside by the fire. Their little drinking party right there. They're just inside the fire.
Like, Tormund fucking killed me, dude.
Yeah, props to Tormund because it was pretty much him that kind of pushed her to go ahead with it because she said, no woman has ever been a knight. And Tormund was like, "Why the fuck not?" It's like,
why the fuck not?
And pretty much that was the reason why everybody looked around like, "Yeah, you should be a knight." Pretty much, there's no reason why you shouldn't be a knight. Actually, was it Tyrion that kind of brought it up first? Also, whenever he said, "Sir Brienne of Tarth," wait, you're not.
Brienne. Yeah, and then he was like, "Lady," and then is it Tormund or is it
Tormund? Tormund was the little. I don't want to call him a little bitch, but the little kid that jumped through a window. Yeah, Tormund was the kid that jumped through the window. He was the king.
But yeah, he was a standout as well. I also really loved when Podrick started singing.
Yes, that was good. That was a good moment.
And then it just cuts to like the everyone getting ready for war as the song's playing. It kind of reminded me of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, when Mary is singing and then everyone is getting ready for the war. And over and his song is over it. It's exactly what it reminded me of.
Oh, that's a very good point. I can't draw back to that reference, but it was definitely another tender moment. First of all, I think his name is Daniel. I'm not completely sure, but first of all, he can sing.
Yeah,
but he can sing. I mean, Podrick killed it a lot in this episode, but it was just tender moments. We got a shot of Gilly and Sam with little Sam in bed.
Dude, I gotta bring up something. Speaking of Gilly, I love the little girl who's like, "Well, where do I go?"
Oh yeah,
like I want to fight too. And she's like, "What, 10?" And Gilly's like, "Well,
if that,
that's good to know." Yeah, and Gilly's like, "Well, that's good to know because we need someone to protect us in the in the castle walls in the crypt." Yeah, and she's like, "Okay, I'll go protect the crypt then." Oh, that was a good scene.
Yeah, it was. And I think the little girl's name, from what I saw, her name was Tia and Tilla. I'm sorry.
Tilla.
And yeah, and she was getting that food from Davos, which you could see in Davos's eyes in that scene. That because the little girl had like a little scar on her face. Also,
It looked kind of like
it looked like a burn to me. It wasn't grayscale though.
no,
It
I was
wasn't
I was gonna say it kind of looked like Sir Davos's like his king, the king's daughter.
yeah, Shireen with grayscale.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't grayscale. It looked like a burn more or less, but
yeah,
you can see it kind of like it kind of reminded him of her a little bit at that point. So
yeah,
that
because
was
he was like, what he said? What he was like, where do you want to go?
yeah, because she asked like, "Where do you want? Where should I go?" And he that was his always had respect for children, and he's like, "Well, wherever you would like to go," and that's
Yeah,
where she brought the
tell
fact
that
that
that Davos wasn't treating her like a kid.
exactly he was treating her like a person, like not a kid, but like a person who could make their own decisions and stuff.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
Another scene I love is the scene between Danny and Sansa.
Oh yeah, that was a very tense scene.
Just them sitting and talking for like 2 minutes was amazing because you got to see how much Danny cares about John, how
Hmm.
much Sansa cares about John, and then they get down to the throne and or the talks about the throne. And one of my favorite lines is actually from Sansa, where she's like, "Well, Danny's like, well, I'm gonna be queen after we finish beating the Night King and the White Walkers." And Sansa just goes, "Well, what about us, the North? We we just got it back, and we swore to never bow to anybody. So what happens to us?"
Hmm.
And the camera pans down because Danny is holding on to Sansa's hand, and you just see her like slowly like taking her hand away.
Yeah. I'll speak more about this when we get to theory time because this was definitely I think foreshadowing some stuff, man. This is another moment in this episode,
Uh,
man.
Man, I have to bring up Lady Mormont.
Mm.
She was amazing.
Oh yeah, Leona never can almost never do any wrong.
She was literally talking to Jorah about, no, I'm going to fight.
Mm. And that was a very good. I was glad to see those two together because that was something
Yeah,
we didn't see last week either. Just we know they're family members, so it was great to see Jorah and Leona together in the scene.
yeah. So, any other favorite scenes, moments?
Yeah, and I just had it in my head. Wait, let me see if I wrote it down. Definitely not that one. But well, first of all, I loved every scene with the drinking partners together, the little drinking
Oh,
party.
that was so
But
good.
but my guy, my boy Tormund, he knows how to come into a party and shut shit down. And
Oh my
how
god, the Giant's milk.
the Giants milk. How did Tormund get the name Giants Bane? It's because he killed the giant at the age of 10, and then he went into that giant's wife's bed and suckled her. And then when the giant woke up,
Uh,
she basically nursed Tormund.
at
So
10.
I'm like, wow, dude, wow.
And
That was just
and
amazing.
Sir Davos with the greatest line, he's just like, "Yep, I will take that drink."
Exactly, because that I feel like everybody knows how crazy Tremont is, and how he even said to Jamie, "So I hear they call you the King Killer," and Jamie's like, "Well, I'm sure somebody calls me that."
I literally like screamed at the TV. No, it's Kingslayer. But
So did I, might know, sir. It's
you were
Kingslayer.
close.
Yeah, but yeah, he was definitely that. This was a great moment in general. With we had Davos, Tyrion, Jamie, Brienne, Pod, and Tremont in the same room. And again, I feel like
I think he froze
I
up a
froze
little
up a little
bit.
bit.
Sorry.
Okay. No, I said we had Tremond, Jamie, Tyrion, Podrick,
Brienne,
Brienne, all in the same room together, and
Sir
I,
Davos.
it's our Davos, and I just feel like this will be the last time we ever see that again. Again, this will be the last time we ever see all.
Again, they kill Tyrion. We all riot.
Yeah, Yeah, I think he'll have a bigger part to play, but I think he'll
Have you
survive.
noticed something about Tyrion though?
What?
It seems like the more seasons he goes, he starts not using his head and believing more in his heart.
Well, yeah, that's again, that was something that was very important during that scene with Danny and Sansa. Sansa says that Tyrion's a good man, but like Danny says, she likes Tyrion, but she needs him to be a good man and an intelligent man. And you're right,
And vicious
exactly.
and
And for
ruthless
the
when he needs
and
to.
ever since he became her hand, he hasn't really been that vicious guy. And technically, I believe it all changed when Shay broke his heart in
Yeah.
season 4, because Tyrion's never been the same after that. Yeah, he
Oh,
he's never been the same after that courtroom scene, which was great. But then it was the fact that she was sleeping
that
with.
courtroom scene is probably my favorite. My favorite scene in any of in the whole show,
Uh huh.
just because of how it was so intense and so good, man.
Yes, it was.
What else was I gonna bring up? Shit. Oh, we have to talk about it. Arya's sex scene.
That you know what? I'm gonna call this the Arya scene with Gendry. I can't hear Arya's sex scene. I can't hear it. Like, yes, we know something was happening between them, and yeah, it felt so weird, man. I felt like watching. I won't say my daughter, but like watching my
Your little
cousin.
sister.
Yeah, like there we go. Like my little sister getting ready to have sex with a boy. I'm like,
Oh,
no, no, I can't watch this. I can't watch this.
what's weird is like we all know she's over 18. She's like 23, but she
Yeah.
looks younger, and we grew up with her.
Exactly,
Like,
and I think it's that part. It's the fact that we grew up with her, and we've seen her come from a little girl. And this is gonna sound weird, but I'm glad that Dan and Dave show did not, or maybe it was Maisie's choice that they didn't really go the nude route with her. We saw back, but
well, if you notice, especially with the Stark kids, they've made the decisions to not show them fully nude.
yeah, that's true. And I
With,
wonder
with the
whose
Sansa
decision is that.
stuff, like she
Yeah,
was never fully nude.
yeah, but our even Maisie even went a little bit further than
Yeah,
Sophie did. But again, like you said, they never went fully new. They never even like this was probably really PG-13, more or less. So that was
which
good because
I'm glad they did.
yeah, because I don't think my heart could take it. And I really don't. I probably would have to cut the show off. And I was watching on my phone, so I could easily flip the phone off. Like, no, 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 no. But
But
yeah,
but
but
during this scene, she had such a funny line where she's like, "I'm not the red woman. Take your own pants off."
yes, I'm like, and that was hilarious. I ain't the red woman. You can take your own pants off. And
Oh my god.
it was nice to see that because again, she had never had sex before, and again, it feels like awkward. But she had never had sex before, and Gendry had sex 3 times that we learned tonight also, and
Three
it was and it was just this was kind of like her. I won't say her last wish or her dying wish. This is what she wanted to do just in case this was the last time they were ever together or something. So
which is what she actually said. She was like, "I could die tonight, and I want to know how it feels."
exactly. So it was nice to have that.
Which again, like it was a really good scene, just awkward as hell for us.
That's true. But you know what? One thing that was not awkward was the fact whenever Gendry confirmed to her that he was actually Robert's bastard child. And again, it was kind of I'm not sure if you brought it up last week or maybe if I heard it somewhere else, but again, in episode 1 of season 1, I think it was episode 1, Robert told Ned, "I have a daughter. You have a daughter. I have a son, and let them get together and marry them pretty much." And even though at that time we thought, well, mostly everybody thought they were talking about Joffrey and Sansa, this is pretty much Robert's words coming to fruition. So
yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was. I didn't bring that up, but that is interesting.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
there were a lot of good moments. That
And then actually going back to the song, as Podrick is singing a song, it pans to Gendry and Arya, you
Mm-hmm.
see Arya just like kind of awake.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, good.
Yeah, because it's like you can tell in her head while she was happy to have this moment with Gendry, death is in her mind right now. Like she's thinking about the battle.
Yeah, which gets me wondering, like, which we didn't bring up. They finished her weapon, and it was
Yes.
a dual spear made of dragon glass.
Okay. I'm glad you saw it. I could see. I knew it was a spear, but I couldn't directly see everything about it.
She spun it around, and it had two ends of dragon glass.
Okay.
It was a long spear, which, oh my god, that's going to be so badass when Arya is like killing White Walkers with that thing.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, I can't wait to see what she does with that. I wonder if she's going to kill Tyrion too, but that's something that we can talk about
You
later.
froze
But
again, sorry.
yeah, I wonder if she's going to end up killing the Viserion next week. So, because I mean, the Night King had all his spears, so maybe so.
See, I don't want this to happen, but I can see something like this happening.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Gendry fighting. He gets killed by the Night King and then reborn as a White Walker, and then Arya had to kill him.
That's very possible.
I can see that happening, because then it's like the decision of humans or the person she loves.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the ultimate decision for her to make.
Ooh, that would be hard.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's grim.
Hey, this whole show is grim. This whole season is about to be grim.
Especially
it is. Now.
All right, so let's get to some of the negatives. I can't really think of any. Zach, can you?
There was, it's hard to say this was a negative because it was still good. I don't think John did as much as he in this episode, which again, I guess it wasn't really about John, but I think in his scenes that he was in, he was kind of he didn't seem like King of the North or Warden of the North at all. He just kind of played second fiddle to a bunch of people in this episode.
Which we forgot to mention, John spilled the beans to Dany.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a great scene. That was definitely a great scene. But
if you noticed, it was right next to Lyanna Stark.
Yeah, it was definitely in front of Leon the statue. Because Dany goes to.
I love that John brought up. No, Rhaegar did not kidnap and rape her. No, they were in love.
Exactly, and that's going to lead to a very tense moment. And again, that's going to be something I'll talk about later. But yeah, John. I guess it was interesting to see that John has finally, I guess, accepted his fate and accepted his parentage. He is not Jon Snow. He's Aegon Targaryen. I guess that was his shiny moment tonight.
Yeah. See, I've never known how to say his real name. Is it Aegon? Aegon?
No, Aegon. Yeah.
Aegon. Okay.
Oh, also this wasn't really his moment, but this was kind of everybody's moment. Was the little war council meeting that they had, and just the whole fact that they know John says that they had to kill the Night King in order to kill all the whites. And so they're formulating a plan. And even though John doesn't always have the best plans, aka see Battle of the Bastards people, but Bran basically says he's going to use himself as bait, pretty much. And because the Night King is mainly coming to Winterfell for Bran. So it's going to be the 3-Eyed Raven versus the Night King next week.
Which again is kind of a dick move on John's part. He's like, "Let me use my brother as bait."
Well, no, it wasn't his idea though. It was Bran pretty much volunteered for it. Yeah. It even feels weird to say he's Bran now because he even refers to him. I'm no longer Brandon Stark. I'm the 3-Eyed Raven now. But another cool moment in this within this moment was how Theon volunteered to protect Bran. Theon and the Ironborn, they were going to be in the Weirwood. In the God's Woods with Bran during next week's episode.
Yeah, I love the scene where Theon comes and meets Sansa and Dany.
I do too.
Because he goes, my sister is at the Iron Islands. taking care of, everything's ready for you, Danny. And then he looks over to Sansa and he goes, I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve my home. I'm here to fight for Winterfell if you'll have me. And they embrace, which was a great moment because of all the past, pretty much the entire season or series.
Yeah.
Was
like
big growth of between Theon and Sansa. And it ends here with them embracing in the hug.
That's true. That was a very nice moment. Follow up with their moment that they had during the Song of Podrick when they were just together talking or drinking or whatever with each other.
Yeah.
Again, it was redemption for Theon a little bit in Sansa's eyes.
God, this really felt like, which I know something. They were all through this whole episode. They were talking about we were gonna die. And then I love how the one person that says, I believe we're going to live is Tyrion.
Yeah. Everybody else was very macabre about this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's over. But Tyrion was the one who was like, no, I feel like we are going to live through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been optimistic.
Oh, yeah. So let's go into some of our predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Z, you brought up a good segment we should talk about at the end of last episode off air, talking about who don't we want to see on the throne.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Ooh, yeah, that's a good. That's a very good question. Who do we not want to see on the Iron Throne in? And technically, the last person I want to see, even though I don't think it's possible that he'll be there, I don't want to see Euron on the throne, like at all. Euron Greyjoy, at all. I don't want to see him at all. But I mean, I would even be semi okay with Cersei sticking on it. But I don't want Euron. Actually, you know what? Forget Cersei. Euron, Cersei, or the Night King on it. So I want a human to be on it. And interesting enough, I'm kind of. I never thought I would say this. Never. I'm kind of in Sansa's corner a little bit. But there was something else in this episode that kind of made me weary about things. But when it comes to theory time, I'll say that also.
Yeah, and as I think of a few people who I don't want on the throne, I agree with you on the Night King, even though let me clear out my camera a little bit. Blurry as hell. Though that was my theory last episode was my potential dark theory was that the Night King was going to end up on the throne. I don't want that. I agree with you. I want a human to be on the throne. I'm trying to think of a few that I wouldn't want to see. And as weird as it may sound, I don't want Jon on the throne.
Okay.
Because that kind of goes against his character. His whole character's been like, I don't want to be a king.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the power of the Iron Throne.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that burden.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love it if Jon was offered the throne and turns it down and gives it to someone like a Dany or a Sansa.
I think he would be okay as king, but then again, you're completely right because Jon has never been. He's a leader, but he's never wanted the burden of leadership too much.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way I was looking at it. Was like Jon was crowned as King of the North.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, I see him wanting to protect his home and really taking over the reins of Ned as being the Lord of Winterfell.
That's true. I can see the same thing.
And if I had to pick one more, it'd probably be Sansa. I agree with you on that one. I love Sansa. I think she is a very underrated character who gets she gets a lot more hate than she deserves.
Yeah. Wait, is she someone you don't want to see on the throne, or you would like to see on the throne?
I would want to see, and that's only because I don't feel like she's shown enough.
Oh, and see, that's the weird thing about it, because I think I did get a little bit confused with my little dialogue earlier, because I actually think she has shown enough now. Like from season one, Sansa, I couldn't stand Sansa.
Me neither.
From I couldn't stand her for 5 seasons, people. I tell you that. For 5 seasons, I was not a fan of Sansa until again, until she came to back to Winterfell during the whole Ramsay era. I started to feel bad for her, but she still showed some strength. Season 6 was kind of her season to grow a lot to me,
Yeah.
as well as last season was, even though she was still doing some stupid stuff. But you definitely seen the growth in her a little bit. But my one person I would love to see on the Iron Throne personally. I would love to see my girl Arya in one of her faces as
Oh,
the Iron Throne, as the
baby.
Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. That is my pick. I'm right or die Arya Stark.
Speaking of another favorite line from me
Mm-hmm.
is when she's talking to Gendry the first time, talking about where's my weapons, and she like throws the daggers, and she's like, I've seen the face of death.
Mm-hmm.
She throws it, and she's like, now it's time to see the other face of death.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing his new face, pretty much.
Like, new face.
Yeah, that was definitely a chilly moment with Arya. And she's a badass, man. She's
so awesome, man.
Actually, maybe she can be queen and Gendry can be her king, but like not her equal. Make him the prince.
Which is my theory. Which is my theory.
Hey, it could happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I stepped on your toes.
No, I was saying like, I think I did it previously, but one theory I have is, which I brought up earlier, is Gendry's gonna die at the hands of the Night King, and then he's gonna get turned into a White Walker, and then Arya's gonna have to kill him.
That's very possible. That's a very good possibility. And are we into theories now?
Yeah, we can go into theories.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We'll talk about maybe our death predictions in a little bit, but there were so many foreshadowing moments in this episode where I think Dany is about to go off. I think she's about to go Aerys Targaryen, mad levels of crazy.
Ooh.
And it was mainly I have 3 moments in particular in this episode, which kind of has that moment in something is in the back of Dany's head saying, "Okay, it's time for you to go off." And the first one was when Theon came into the whenever he arrived back, he says, "Hey," he bows to your grace, he kneels to even Dany, and he tells her everything about Yara, and Yara is taking over the Iron Islands for you, Dany, for you. But then she asks him, "But wait, why are you here?" And then that's when he looks to Sansa and said, "Because I want to fight for you. I want to fight for you, Sansa. I please take me and let me allow me to basically die on my sword for you, to fall on my sword for you, Sansa." Dany's never quite been a jealous woman, but I'm pretty sure she did not like the fact that Theon came back to Winterfell for Sansa and not for Dany. He came back showing his ultimate loyalty to Sansa. That was one of my first moment. My second moment was during the whole interaction between Sansa and Dany when they were talking in the library or whatever. And like you said, everything was going all good until Sansa talked about, but what about the North? And you saw Dany pull back because Dany said, "I love your brother. I think we could be good sisters." But when Sansa asked, "What about the North?" it's like she grew cold again. So that was another tense moment. But the icing on this cake was at the moment when Jon told her that he's actually Aegon Targaryen.
He was really defensive about it.
He was super defensive, and she's like, "This can't be true." I mean, who told you this? Oh, it happened to be your brother and then your best friend. Does that not sound right to you? And like, if this is true, that means you're the rightful heir. That you have you're the last male heir of House Targaryen. That you have you're the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. So it's just in that moment you can see her. It's like you see her backing away from that love from Jon to growing cold, and like I feel like she's about to go crazy in a little bit, unless one other thing can stop her, and I'll say that in a little bit.
Do you think that this will cause, or that will drive Dany to kill Jon?
I think she might try, because I either think I either think Sansa is going to lead a rebellion on Dany, which is another one of my theories, or Dany is going to start seeing Jon as the enemy and wants and tries to kill him in the North or something in front of all of his people, which is again is going to bring the North into battle with Dany and Sully and stuff. Yeah.
See, I see the complete opposite happening.
You see Jon killing Dany?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because we found out this episode that Dany truly loves Jon. As she said, she hasn't felt this way since Khal Drogo.
Yeah. So wait, someone taller. She said.
Someone taller. And someone who is apparently now like lives in the ocean.
Yeah, and doesn't have a beard anymore, by the way. So,
but so she says she hasn't felt like this since Khal Drogo, and what I see happening is she's going to use this to manipulate Jon even more.
It's possible.
To where theory them getting married so that Dany can have the throne will be kind of true in a way.
It's definitely possible because again, like you mentioned earlier, Jon has never really wanted to be the king. So I feel like he still wants Dany to lead. But I don't know if Dany's gonna see it that way. If she's gonna feel that Jon trusts her anymore. I don't think she's gonna fully trust Jon anymore.
See,
well, I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
Yeah.
I just had that feeling in my head.
Oh, I mean, you're definitely not wrong. I mean, I could definitely see that happening. But I don't want to see Dany become her father.
I definitely don't either, because that'd be a horrible cycle to continue.
Yeah, and it's like we were trained to learn from season 1, episode 1, that Dany is complete opposite of her father. She's caring about people. She wants to rule so she can help people. So she can help the Seven Kingdoms. So she can help end slavery here, close the fighting pits. But if they just completely turn her mad, that doesn't work with her character. Same with Jon becoming king. It wouldn't work for their characters. Because Dany has been shown, even Jorah and Jon says, once you get to know her, you could tell she's a really good person and not her father.
That's very true.
I don't want to see her become her father.
I'm 100% agree with you on that. But it's very interesting that we bring this up because, sir, what is that shirt that you have on right there?
No, Batman.
It is a Batman shirt, and you know that reminds me to a movie that came out in 2008 that starred Batman. What was that movie? In 2008, it was a great Batman movie that came out that year.
Batman and Robin?
No, not 2008, not in the 90s. Jesus Christ, no. It was a great movie.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, and it's interesting how that shirt plays into this episode plays into Dany's story because Dany has really been like a symbol of justice throughout this entire series. But as the smart man once said in The Dark Knight, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And that could be Dany's path. I don't want it to be. Don't want it at all, but ooh, that would be very tempting.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I was like, he's playing Bruce Wayne.
That's true. Jorah Mormont is actually about to be the next Bruce Wayne in Titans. But you also find out more about it. Yeah. So that was a very good moment. You have any other theories? Before we get into our Deadpool, do you have any other theories?
I see Cersei sending her army to help with the dead. Not by choice, but maybe Jaime can convince her.
You know, I can see it only to the point of I don't know if she's going to send them to Winterfell right now, or if if it's going to take everybody at Winterfell to the retreat, and then basically they have to retreat down somewhere south, and maybe she'll send the army there because I mean, they're as
Yeah.
we saw at the end of this episode, they're about to get ready for battle.
Yeah, White Walkers are so close to Winterfell.
And you see, there's so many new whites also. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. I think. Wait, no. I think the whites are the actual zombies, but the White Walkers. There's so many White Walkers. Like they had spears in their hands, so it's
yeah,
no longer just four of them. But
yeah.
yeah. But there was something else in this episode that kind of had me had me a little had a little trepidation for me. And this is a theory that I've thought about since last season. And do you remember when Grey Worm and Missandei were talking in this episode, and how Grey Worm he said he's going to fight for Dany and everything, but once he has the throne, he wants to run away with Missandei because the people in the north are some assholes. First of all,
Yeah.
they don't like dark people up there, but he wants to run away with them, run away with Missandei, and she says, why don't we go back to why don't we go to Nas? I miss the beaches and stuff like that, right? However, and somebody that's watching this, please tell me if I'm wrong. Did she not say last season when she was talking to Davos that she doesn't remember her home and that she doesn't remember being taken from her home? She's always been a slave. So, if I'm wrong, I'll accept that I'm wrong. But the fact that she says that if she said that back then, but now she's claiming, the beaches are beautiful there. I think we should go back to there and we should run away together. Your stories aren't matching up, Missandei, and it leads me to believe, and I thought this about last season, Cersei, I think, has a spy that's spying for Dany. And I think Missandei is it. I really do.
Ooh.
I think Missandei is not being truthful about things. I mean, she would be playing a real long game there, but that I just don't trust Missandei.
There.
Yeah, because she's been with Dany since season 3, but it's
quite possible. I don't see it that way.
Which, and I hope I'm wrong too.
Yeah.
But that would be. But I want, just in case I'm not, and if that turns out to be,
right.
You heard it here first, people.
Episode
Beyond the Throne.
Yeah. See, the way I seen that scene was she doesn't remember being taken, but she remembers, like, us humans can remember certain things about places that we don't remember. Especially if it's a beautiful beach and the warm weather. That's something that isn't that far out to say that she remembers. Because, you see a beach, you remember that moment, even though you can't remember anything else, you remember the happiest parts of your life. And that was probably the happiest. That was probably a happy part of her life.
That's very possible. It could be one of those innate memories that she has, like from when she was really young, before she was taken away. Which is a very good point. I would love to be wrong about it. It's just that there's like something that's just itching at me, like.
Yeah, I really hope not. The other thing I can see happening is, let's see if I can think of another one. I really see the Night King being of Targaryen blood.
I can believe that.
Either straight Targaryen or Targaryen Stark. Both.
To be both would be interesting, but I mean nothing's beyond the possibility. I mean beyond the realms of possibility, because we really don't know anything about what we don't know who that guy was that basically became the Night King. All we saw was him get some dragon glass through his heart, and other than that, we know nothing else about that guy.
Yep. Another scene I actually like, and you brought it up before we went live, was when Sam gives Jorah Heartsbane his family.
Oh, good point. That's very good.
Valerian steel, and I believe Valerian steel is also a way to kill the White Walkers, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Dragon Glass, Fire, and Valerian Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now everybody that has Valerian Steel at uh is John with Longclaw. Jamie still had. I think Jamie has Widow's Well. I
Yes.
think. Yeah, and then Brienne has Oathkeeper. Arya has the little dagger, and now Jorah has Heartsbane. I feel like I'm missing the sword, but I guess there's only five of them.
I
Or is it
believe so.
okay? It's either five or six. And I'm missing something, but yeah, I mean all the Valyrian swords are actually up in Winterfell right now. So perfect place for them to be for the night
Yeah.
for the dead.
I just thought of one, and a theory. I really hope this won't happen,
Hmm.
but I can see the Night King going to kill Bran, and right before he does it, Jamie steps in and takes the killing blow for him. Kind of a
I,
way of repaying Bran for what happened to him.
I could definitely see that. That would be something that would be very interesting. It would be a very nice little twist or a very nice sacrifice play to for Jamie to do that. I mean, that would be the honorable thing to do. But you know what? You saying that made me think of something else. What if Jamie, like you said, because I think John is going to try to defend Bran, but he's going to get knocked out. But just before the Night King kills Bran, what if Jamie stabs the Night King in the back with a sword? It basically becomes the best Kingslayer ever.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would really be amazing. I never thought about that before, but for Jamie to become the Kingslayer for killing the Met, that means he would save the world twice. People, he would be the greatest. He would
Twice.
be the greatest hero of all time. Yes, he did some shitty things, but
See, I like the way we're like complete opposites. I'm like, Jamie's gonna die. You're like, no, he's gonna live and kill the Night King.
no, I think he's probably going to die too. But that would be a very interesting twist
Oh, I
for
would
the
love
season
that.
to end.
I would
Yeah.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have this kind of feeling in my stomach that he's gonna pay the ultimate sacrifice. Lannisters always pay their debts. This is gonna be the ultimate debt paid.
That's very true. That is very true.
Oh, man. And maybe we can finally get some emotion from Bran.
Instead of just looking all stoic and everything, like.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
but
no.
I do also like.
He's like,
Oh,
thank you.
right. I did like his interaction with Jamie also though in this episode
I did
of
too.
how Jamie actually the only apology Jamie issued was to Bran, and Bran said he's like, why didn't you tell everybody about me pushing out the window? So he's like, well, you can't be much use to us in the war if they kill you first. So
Which again, such a great scene of Jamie talking to Bran up under the tree.
Yeah, and he pretty much tells him if you hadn't pushed me out the window, you would not have become the man that you are now, and you would not, and I would probably exactly I wouldn't be the 3-eyed Raven anymore. I would still be Brandon Stark. So Brand, I mean, I'm gonna start calling this guy the Raven. The Raven, he pretty much realizes that Jamie has had, I guess, a positive impact on his life. So
in a way,
yeah, in a way. Very odd way. Don't go pushing kids out of castles, people. Please don't.
yeah. Only Game of Thrones can be like killing or attempting to kill a child is a good thing for him.
Yes, and again, let me reiterate: do not attempt to murder a child to be a hero, people. 100%. That's a horrible thing to do, and you will be an asshole for life. And I hope you rot in hell. So if you do that, that's my recommendation to you. But don't do it. This is a TV. This is a work of fiction.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to who we think is going to bite the dust. You got a few of mine. I think Jamie's going to make the ultimate sacrifice for Bran.
Mm-hmm.
See, ooh, hold on. I see Theon dying for Sansa.
I can believe that. I believe that. Either for Sansa or for Bran. Yeah.
Or for Dany.
I don't know for Dany, but I know because he's going to be with Bran, or him and the Ironborn are going to be protecting Bran, from the whites and stuff. That's how I pretty much feel like he'll probably end up dying somewhere.
That's actually the one part I didn't understand. Why is Theon the one who stepped up? Why wasn't it Jamie?
Well, it was mainly because Theon said it's just I took this castle from you once, and it's a part of Theon's redemption story.
Yeah.
It's like I took this castle from you once, so please let me help you defend it now.
And technically speaking, Sansa always thought he killed Bran. So
That's true. So I mean, again, it would kind of be nice if Theon died for Bran, also in the same way that Jamie did, because Theon was out to kill Bran, well, quote unquote, at one moment. So,
all right, who do you think will by kind of fourth?
Okay, one person that you haven't said yet, and I agree with you on Theon, but listen, people, if you start making vacation plans for to go away after something, yo ass is grass. Great Worm, Jacob Anderson, you are a boss ass singer, dude. I've become a fan of your music, but good sir, your watch has ended. You are about to die in next week's episode. I mean, you're a boss, but Great Worm, there's no.
Ooh.
I will almost bet money Grey Worm is not going to survive next week's episode. But Grey Worm is on my book. I think even though he had a great scene tonight, I think we're about to see the end of Tormund also.
Of who?
Tormund. I think he'll go on in some great way, but I think he won't.
Maybe he dies protecting Jon.
Probably
in
so.
battle.
Yeah, probably so. Or when Tormund dies, he's gonna die out. He's gonna die like a boss. He's not gonna get sworn sworn by anything, but he's gonna take out a white, like an actual white or something, but at the same time gets killed and die.
What if he's the one to take out the Night King but dies at the end?
No, I don't think that would be interesting. But I mean, he's important, but I don't think they'll give him that honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually brings us to our next segment, and I'm springing this one on you.
I do have a couple more people. I think next week we're about to wipe out a bunch of people. Dolores Ed, you're gone. Goodbye, Ed. I think Barrett Dondarrion, he's been cheated death 6 times or 5 to 6 times. He's about to meet the long night. Goodbye, Barrick. And the last person, well, I think Pod may also bite it, unfortunately, because he's about to be in the front line with Brienne too, and he doesn't have a Valyrian steel sword. But I would think part of me thinks Jorah is about to die. Captain Friendzone is finally about to die.
Ooh, I could definitely see that. And I just brought up one, the Hound.
That would be interesting. Even though I think they have to pay off not Battle of the Bastards, Clegane Bowl in some way for us. They have to.
I see, again, kind of like with Jamie, I see getting killed to protect Arya.
I can see it too.
Arya goes on a rampage, taking out White Walkers in his honor.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I think interesting enough. I don't have Gendry on here, but again, Gendry could go, but I think he'll survive.
The horror movie route: you have sex, you die.
That's true. Yeah, that is one. Oh no, Arya! You just broke a rule. Jamie Kennedy does not like that. Oh no! You just broke one of the rules to survive a horror movie.
In Game of Thrones, we don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
And that's true. And plus, Sydney did have sex with Billy also, and she survived all 4 Scream movies. Spoiler alert, people. Sydney survives all of them. So, yeah, but that's pretty much the end of my Deadpool. I think those 7 people are probably gonna bite the dust next week. And 100% Grey Worm, 99% Grey Worm.
900%.
You do not make vacation plans before a big battle, people. Just don't do it.
All right. The final, or we have 2 more statements to go. First one is, who do we see killing the Night King?
That's very true. Do you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I have 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
1 a long shot. 3 of them I could definitely see. The 3 I could definitely see. 1, as you said, Jaime,
Hmm.
being the ultimate Kingslayer. 2, Brienne of Tarth. She just got knighted. She's on the front lines. I see her. If they're going to go this route, I see her being the one to kill him.
That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
3, Jon Snow.
Hmm.
I see Jon killing him and maybe dying in the wake. And my long shot, and I really want this to happen, but I see Arya killing the Night King.
It's very interesting that you said that, because my list pretty much reflects yours, like almost to the person. Again, Jaime, I think that would be so awesome if he ended up being the one that kills him. I overall think it will be Jon that kills him. I think with an assist from Arya though, because I think somehow the Night King will be on his dragon Viserion, and I think Arya is going to use that spear, that new spear she has, and she's going to throw it at undead Viserion.
That's why she wanted the spear.
Yeah, that's true, and then that's going to cause him to fall off or something. Or either whenever the Night King is coming for Bran, Jon is gonna kill him that way. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jon died also in that battle, because I feel like Jon and the Night King are the ultimate enemies right there. So
yeah, so having both of them go out killing each other would be the ultimate like king death.
Yeah, that's true. But then it kind of makes you wonder what happens to the North after Jon dies. But we don't necessarily know.
Jon and Arya take over the North.
But you know how they feel about Dany right now. So
I don't see Dany taking over the North.
No, I'm just saying how. I just feel like if Jon dies, that's gonna lead Sansa to be butting heads with Dany a lot. And again, I still think Dany's might go Mad Queen, but I don't think they'll have the best relationship as Wardeness of the North and as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah. Anybody else you can see taking out the Night King?
No, just Jaime, Arya, and then Jon. Again, I think Jon will do it, but I could see it. I wouldn't be surprised if Arya did either. But it'd be really cool now that I put it in my head early tonight if Jaime is the one that ends up killing the Night King.
Yeah, because that would literally, in my eyes, solidify he having the greatest arc.
That's okay.
Going from Kingslayer to this like kind of pretty boy for himself, full circle killing the Night King, being the ultimate hero.
That's true, because that really would be probably the best way for Jaime Lannister, aka Nikolai Coster-Waldau, to go out and to literally go out on the sword. Even if he kills Night King and the Night King kills him also, but that would be a very cool moment.
He kills the Night King, kills Dany, and then takes over just as Dany's going Mad Queen. Kills her, and then he takes over as the king.
They did say that, and then even Dany did bring it up in this episode that after Jaime killed her father, Jaime was sitting in the Iron Throne and we even in one of the visions one of the visions of Bran, we saw young Jaime in the Iron Throne. Actually, though, was that young Jaime that was in the Iron Throne, that was sitting in the throne in Bran's vision, or could that be a foreshadow, and could that be a future vision of Jaime? We don't know. Yeah, all we saw was the silhouette of the person.
Yep, and see, I could definitely see that happen. I could see like the battle happening in like the next 3 episodes, and then that 4th or 5th episode, you see Dany take over the throne, and she starts going kind of mad.
That's very powerful.
And then that leads Jaime to kill her. And then Jaime takes over and then gives Winterfell to Sansa and Arya.
That would be very cool, yeah, because Jaime, I think, has nothing but really love for the Starks. So that's why I feel like there will be some people that will probably be want to think that Jaime is going to betray the Starks at some point. I don't think so at all. that would be the ultimate shit
No.
moment for the show. But I don't think so at all. I think he's 100% honorable now.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's get into the closing plugs. Z, where can people find you online?
Actually, one last thing to do, because the most important thing, and we've been talking about this guy all night, and it's time to give the crown to somebody. I mean, last week we gave it to our boy John Bradley because Samuel Charlie really stole the scenes that he had last week. But this week goes to who?
It goes to his name.
Sir Jamie Lannister himself, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. And yes, people, I did listen to him pronounce it. So that is how you pronounce it. It's not Waldo. He says Waldau. So, Waldau. But he is definitely the MVP of this episode. Ergo, to the crown we placed on Jamie's head. Congratulations, Nikolai. Please, if you have any words that you would like to say, for your award, please
come on, be on the throne.
Please, if you want to be on the episode, be on the throne, we would be delighted. But if you want to tweet at us or hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, which you will find out in a little bit, please let us know how you feel about accepting this reward. You want us to print out a crown for you? We can send it to wherever you would like it. But, sir, you deserve your crown this week. Congratulations.
Yeah, because he stole every scene he was in. And that's hard to do with people like Sophie Turner and what am I forgetting? Tyrion's.
Oh my God, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. All right. I completely forgot the crown. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem. It was definitely important for this week, week and last week. So I'm glad we have this crown in our back pocket.
All right. So now let's get to closing plugs. Z, where can we find you online?
Good people, y'all can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Facebook Zaddeus Smith. That's ZA2Ds Smith. Or on Instagram at it's not here right now, but Instagram at Zaddeus also. On Twitter at _ZAD. But please make sure, no matter where you find me at, the hashtag Summer Series, people. Hashtag Summer Series. Some people may not understand what that means, but please. Also, you can find me on Beyond the Thrones actually, technically, we're doing this on Sunday night now, but we'll be posting this on Monday night. And you also find me on Wednesday night on Crisis on Earth Planets with my boy Nico Suave Regoli. Over to you, good sir.
All right, guys, and if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe to Film Nerd TV below, and check out next Monday night, as we upload another episode of Beyond the Throne. And remember, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.